Have you ever wondered how your favorite game calculates your score, checks if you've beaten a boss, or combines your name into a custom message? Well, that's the power of operators and expressions in Lua, and today you're gonna master them. Welcome back, everybody, and in this episode, we're diving deep into the secret sauce behind math, logic, and string magic in your code. So, whether you're building games or just love clean logic, this one's packed with real life examples and powerful tools. And hey, if you want to flex your Lua skills with a certificate, you can head over to codin.com to do a course and claim your certificate. The link's down below in the description. So buckle up, it's time to level up your code with Lua operators. So first of all, what even are operators? An operator is a symbol that tells a computer to perform a specific operation. For example, when you add two numbers, the plus symbol is an operator in Lua. And there are different types of operators in Lua. They are arithmetic operators, which are for math, relational operators for comparisons, logical operators for making decisions, assignment operators for storing values, and concatenation operators for string manipulation and string magic. And we're going to be breaking down each and every one of them. So let's start with arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators allow you to perform basic mathematical operations on numbers. So we're gonna create two variables that store two numbers. So first is num1, which stores 10, and the next is num2, which stores 5. Now I'll use a bunch of operators to print out the results of operations. So print num1 plus, this is the addition operator, so plus operator, plus num2, and likewise print num1 minus num2, print num1 divided by num2, then print num1 multiplied. The star symbol or asterisk symbol is the multiplication operator, num2, and then print num1 modulo num2. Now I'll explain about this in a while, and print num1 to the power of num2. So you might have guessed already from the operators, these are pretty common in mathematics themselves. This adds the two numbers, this subtracts the two numbers, this divides num1 by num2, this multiplies num1 by num2. This actually divides num1 by num2, but instead of the division or the quotient, it provides you the remainder of the division. So we'll see what the remainder is. Now, you guys can observe that num1 divided by num2, that is 10 divided by 5, leaves no remainder. So this line should output to a 0. And this is the power symbol in Lua. So let's see what all of these output to. So 10 plus 5 is 15, 10 minus 5 is 5, 10 divided by 5 is 2.0. This is a floating point value since it is a division. And 10 multiplied by 5 is 50. And since 10 divided by 5 leaves no remainders, this line here, that is num1 modulo num2, prints out a 0, and this num1 raised to the, or 10 raised to the power of 5, prints out 100,000. Now in order to further demonstrate how the modulo operator works, I'm going to change the value of num1 to 12, and you might guess what this will output to. 5 divided by 12, actually it only divides up to 10, so the remainder is 2, so this line should output to 2. So you can see right here. Now if I were to change this to 16, I want you to guess or to try it out yourselves what this would output to. And if you guess it right, let me know in the comments. Well, now we can move on to relational operators that are for comparing values. So the relational operators allow you to compare two values, and this is super important for making decisions in your program. And here are the main relational operators. This symbolizes equal to, this symbolizes not equal to, less than or equal to, greater than, and greater than or equal to. Now let's use these in a real life scenario, comparing the scores of two players. So I'll remove all of this code, and I'll create two variables per player score. So local player 1 score equals, let's say, 150, and then another player score variable, so player 2 score equals 200. Now print player 1 score equals to, double equals to, which compares if they are equal or not, player 2 score. Now this will give out a result of true or false. If player 1 score is equal to player 2 score, this will output to true, or else it will output to false. So since player 1 score and player 2 score are not equal, it outputs to false. Let's use our other operators as well. Let's see and print if our player 1 score is less than player 2 score. Now since 150 is less than 200, this should output to true. So true. And if we print out the opposite, it should output to false. So player 1 score is more than player 2 score should output to false. So false. And quick tip, these operators return a true or false value. So you can use these results in control structures like if statements to make decisions. Now after the topic of relational operators, we can move on to logical operators. Logical operators allow you to combine conditions and make more complex decisions. Here are the key logical operators in Lua. The AND operator, for which both conditions must be true to return a true value. The OR operator, in which at least one condition must be true for it to return a true value. And the NOT operator, which reverses the Boolean value. So true becomes false and false becomes true. Now let's put them into action with a game scenario. So let's say our player level is 5. So local player level equals 5, and our health, so player health equals 50. Now if we want to check if the player is eligible for a bonus, we can set a certain condition. So if player level is more than 3 and player health is more than 30, then we can print out you are eligible for a bonus, or you could print out bonus unlocked. Else you can print you need more health or level. And in order to end our if else condition, we need an end keyword. So end. Now there we have it. This is the use of our AND logical operator. Now since our player level is more than 3 and our player health is more than 30, it should print out you are eligible for a bonus and bonus unlocked. So let's run this and see if it's true. So you can see that this condition is executed since both the conditions are true. And now in order to show you guys the use of the OR operator, I'll create another if condition. So this time let's say that if player health is more than 0 or player level is more than or equals to 10, then print out you are still in the game, else it will print out game over. So end. Now this OR condition makes it so that the player is still in the game if their health is over 0 or their level is more than or equal to 10. So in our condition, our player level is 5. So this condition is false, but our player health is more than 0, which is 50. So at least one of these conditions is true. So this if condition should execute. So let's see if that happens. So you are still in the game. So these examples pretty much give you an idea of how AND and OR work. So after learning about these logical operators, let us move on to assignment operators. So other programming languages might have assignment operators like this. If you want to increase the value of a variable by 10, you would write the name of the variable, then plus, then equals to, and 10. But this is not how it works in Lua. If you wanted to increase the player level by 10, you would have to manually type out player level equals player level plus 10. So if I print out player level right now, it should be increased by 10. So player level, and then I'll run it, and it should print out 15. Now similarly, you can do this with any other arithmetic operator. So if I wanted to multiply this by 10, I would type out asterisk. If I wanted to decrease the variable's value by 10, I would type out minus. If I wanted to divide the variable by 10, I would type out slash, and so on. So basically an assignment operator in Lua is the value and then the operation that you want to perform on the value. This is like updating the variable by increasing or decreasing its value. So these are assignment operators. Now for the concatenation operator, you already know that since we have discussed that in our previous episodes as well. We use the dot dot operator. So if I wanted to type out say name equals Sam, and if I wanted to type out print hello, and then I would want to join the name variable. So this is how you concatenate strings. So hello Sam. And if there was an integer in the variable's place, suppose age is 25, and I would type out age, it should still give out hello 25. And fun fact, in Lua everything is dynamically typed, so you don't need to worry about specifying the data type. It will automatically convert and concatenate the values for you. And that is a wrap for our episode. In this episode, we explored operators in Lua, which are the building blocks for performing calculations, comparisons, and logic in your programs. If you found the video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos. In the next episode, we'll be diving into this topic of control structures like if statements and loops, so make sure you don't miss it. And until then, bye bye.